New tonight, Spokane Public Schools reporting 539 cases among students and staff today, making this the largest number of COVID cases reported on the school district's coronavirus dashboard. The district reported 1,158 staff and students were in quarantine due to a possible COVID case. Moran Prairie Elementary has 20 confirmed cases, the largest amongst the elementary schools. Shaw Middle School has 17 confirmed cases, the highest of the area middle schools, and Rogers High School has the largest number of confirmed cases for the high schools at 42. In the meantime, Coeur d'Alene School District warning parents a return to virtual learning may be imminent for some students. The district is seeing a record number of teachers calling out sick. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk shows us how schools are getting by each day.
The district says right now some elementary schools are on the brink of going back to virtual learning. Just today, 120 teachers were absent. The problem is there's just not enough subs right now to fill in for all of them.
I'm pretty sure we're setting records with the rate of absences right now.
It's been a challenging week for the Coeur d'Alene School District.
My kids said they have had a lot of subs lately, and then also like the counselors and stuff will get called down to help out in classes. So I know the schools are struggling right now.
Barely enough staff to keep classrooms open at some schools and not enough substitute teachers.
We can fill maybe 60-70% of those absences with subs. A lot of our subs are out sick too, so that's the challenge.
District spokesperson Scott Mabin says the district has had to get creative.
We have a lot of teachers who are covering their colleagues' classes, like on their prep period or during their lunch breaks. We have building administrators who are going into the classrooms.
The district increased pay for subs twice in the last year and created new bonuses. Those who can pass a criminal background check are encouraged to apply, and you don't need a teaching certificate.
You need a high school diploma.
The district sent an email to parents saying some schools may be forced to shut down if staffing issues persist.
Not surprised. I know it's made it sound like it's not going to be for very long if it's going to happen, just till things die down. Yeah. And I'm impressed that they haven't, throughout this year, closed down already. They've tried their best throughout the whole semester as it is.
Debbie Bell hopes her son can stay in a classroom instead of learning remotely. What was that like for your student, just with the remote learning in the past?
Terrible. It's a boy. He does not do good. Just staring into a computer, trying to focus.
And if younger students are sent home, that could create big headaches for working parents who are trying to find and afford childcare. The district says it's doing everything in its power to prevent that. Reporting in Coeur d'Alene, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
Kyle, thank you so much. And because of the spike in COVID cases, Spokane County District Court is suspending all jury trials. The emergency order cites concern for jurors who could be exposed to COVID in a small indoor space. All criminal trials will be suspended in district court until at least February 14th, as will all civil jury trials. Well, thanks to our recent weather, more and more potholes are popping up, causing more problems for Spokane drivers. Now, anytime we get freezing and thawing of a large amount of snow, followed by melting and refreezing, this is how potholes are made. To combat the new potholes, the city of Spokane has pothole trucks covering both the north and south sides of the city during daytime shifts. The crews respond to reports made by street crews out maintaining the streets and by residents reporting them. So if you see a pothole that's within city limits, you can report it to 311 or by using the My Spokane app. And speaking of our weather, the fog returned for another night, leaving visibility low for drivers out there. Meteorologist Thomas Patrick is in our outdoor weather center now to tell us if more fog's expected for the holiday weekend. Hey there, Thomas.
Hey there. And yeah, the fog is definitely going to be here through at least tomorrow morning. And some of these conditions are really bad out there right now. I was helping out with some of the basketball games up in Colville today, and my drive back down Highway 395 was really bad. And it actually got about its worst right here at the South Hill. The visibility down to maybe 100 or 200 feet at most. So do be extra careful. It's even hard to see some of the lane lines out there with the fog as thick and as deep as it is right now. In fact, the airport is reporting 0 visibility at the moment, so that would be near the I-90 corridor just to the west of town. Quarter-mile visibility out of Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint, a lot of fractions that you see on the map here. So be extra careful, not just right now, but all the way through tomorrow morning. Another dense fog advisory in effect until noon come tomorrow. It might be extended yet another day into Sunday morning as well, so we'll be cautious for that. And of course, some of the freezing conditions that come with it being at night. I think we do stabilize right around 33, 32, or 31 degrees for this evening, but we will be tracking a fairly dry weather forecast. However, I'll show you just how many more days we'll be dealing with these foggy conditions across the inland Northwest, all coming up in a few minutes.
Thomas, thank you so much. Well, more than a year after Newport teen's death, his family can now begin to heal. Last night, a Ponderay County jury found Claude Merritt guilty of murdering 19-year-old Jason Fox. His body was found in October last year, buried in a shallow grave. Crime 2's Amanda Rowley shares how the Fox family reacted to the guilty verdict for their son's killer.
Well, in the moments before the judge read Claude Merritt's verdict, the courtroom was extremely quiet, but the anticipation was almost deafening. Jason Fox's family told me they were overwhelmed with relief when Merritt was found guilty of their son's murder.
When news of Jason Fox's death reached his family, it took their breath away. They've held their breath since that day, waiting for justice.
Everybody was just quiet.
Claude Merritt stood trial for murder and kidnapping charges relating to Fox's death. In less than 3 hours, the jury reached a verdict. The Fox family held their breath again.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Claude L. Merritt, guilty of the crime of first-degree murder.
Yeah, I don't even think we really heard the rest of them after that.
Once we knew they had him for the first-degree murder, that was the big one. That's what's going to give him the substantial prison time.
Finally, after more than a year of waiting, the Fox family could breathe again.
It's a breath, a relief.
Most people cried. Actually, I'm surprised we weren't the only ones.
Do you feel like now justice has been served for Jason?
Not all the way. We still have one more to go.
Police arrested 4 other men in connection to Jason's death. Kevin Belding was given a lesser charge and released from jail. Matthew Raditz Freeman agreed to a plea deal and is awaiting his sentence. Riley Hillstad will go to trial in May.
No matter how much time these guys get, it doesn't bring it back.
The Fox family says thanks to the prosecutors and investigators on their son's case, they can now breathe a bit easier.
Now, support for Jason has grown on social media with the hashtag Justice for Jason Fox. Today, we came across several TikTok reaction videos to that guilty verdict. Now, Jason's family wants to honor his memory. His father, Michael, has been making and selling these leather bracelets. They want to use those funds to support a local teen in hopes of giving them a brighter future in Jason's name. In the newsroom, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
Amanda, thank you so much. Well, after getting a 48-hour notice to clear out, a homeless camp off of Interstate 90 is here to stay, at least for the time being. For nearly a month, the homeless camp has been set up on the Washington State Department of Transportation's property off 2nd Avenue and Ray. But now, WSDOT says they're temporarily rescinding their notice to vacate. Right now, they're working with the city of Spokane to find short-term options for the people living at that camp. The problem is there are more people than available shelter beds. While they work on possible solutions, area residents are concerned about safety issues.
There's a needle. There was like 30 of them out here, and I was like, And a couple weeks ago, there was one without a cap, and they almost stepped on it.
Now, again, we want to reiterate WSDOT has rescinded their notice to vacate. They're holding off until more shelter space is available. However, Spokane police have been giving parking notices to cars and RVs parked near the camp. With the current surge in COVID cases, Idaho hospitals may soon go back under crisis standards of care. They're under stress with staff out because of COVID and an increase in patients hospitalized for COVID. St. Al says as of this morning, 81 patients were COVID positive and 116 patients were positive at St. Luke's. Because of the increasing number of COVID patients and staffing issues, St. Al's is starting to limit some non-emergency surgeries and procedures on a selective basis. Hospital leaders at St. Luke's say they haven't gotten to that point yet, but they're getting prepared.
We're really hoping people explore our own state before they really start getting excited about going out of state.
Washington State businesses need your help now more than ever. Restaurants and hotels built up significant debt during the pandemic, and they're running out of time to pay it back. Today, the Washington Hospitality Association reviewed the overall impacts of the pandemic President and CEO Anthony Anton says Washingtonians stepped up and supported local restaurants in a huge way. He says because of that support, nearly 1,400 fewer restaurants closed in the second 6 months of COVID compared to the first 6 months. Aside from the immediate need of getting out of debt, Anton says workforce scarcity is going to be the biggest challenge for the industry in 2022.
A lot of them are going to look at what shifts are profitable, and the old adage of I have to stay open 7 days a week constantly is probably going to shift back to if I'm slow and this is not a profitable week, do I need to be open? I think that'll be consideration some will make.
Looking ahead, he says the association is looking for and will be open to any solutions to help businesses prepare for any future surges. Still ahead tonight on KREM 2, if you've been missing a package, a recent discovery in Los Angeles may actually have the answer for you. After the break, how all of these packages, yes, they are packages, ended up in a railway. Stay with us.